2016 turns from yard signs, political ads, and stump speeches to votes cast at area polling places.
2 Works For You anchor Max Resnik is live with what you need to know ahead of today's primary. Max.
Tonight, Daniel, good morning. The county's 262 polling places, including this one here in Midtown, open their doors in a little less than 2 hours. Now, when voters head to the polls this morning, they'll find more than 50 different ballots based on where you live. We now join the federal election cycle, which means voters will weigh in on U.S. House and Senate seats. And at the same time, you'll also need to vote for state House and Senate seats and countywide races like commissioner, sheriff, clerk, and court clerk. For City of Tulsa residents, a mayoral election and city council races to pour over as well. Despite all of the races you have to consider, the election board secretary believes only 50,000 or 17% of voters will show up today because it's not a presidential election.
They forget about these races that are so important right here that determine, how much your taxes are going to be, how much your filing fees are going to be when you file documents at the courthouse, those kind of things.
To vote, you need identification. Unless it's a voter ID card, it needs to be a state, tribal, or federally issued ID with your picture and your name as it appears in the precinct registry. You can vote provisionally if you're at the wrong precinct or without an ID by signing a sworn affidavit. The polls are open today from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Coming up in 30 minutes here on 2 Works For You today, how one of our city elected leaders could get elected today. Live in Midtown, Max Resnik, 2 Works For You.